It's quite typical that people come to me with their fathers, grandfathers, grandmothers' watch, and they ask the question, when is it from? When was it originally sold? Can you tell me more about the watch? Then we order an extract. We wait a long time. We'll get more into that shortly. And once we receive the extract, this is when the facts from the Patek Philippe extract meet the facts from the family that originally owned the watch. We'll often find the dates of a marriage, the dates of a birth, the dates of an important part of someone's life in the extracts matching with the family story. And this is part of the magic of the extracts, because it takes family mythology and it brings it back to fact. And I wanted to tell you and share with you the process of how to order an extract so that you could do it yourself, or if it's something that I could assist you with, please let us know. First, it is important to know how much an extract costs. For years, it was just over 100 Swiss francs, just over $100. Today, it is 500 Swiss francs. They upped the price effective just under a year ago. And it doesn't take a few weeks. It typically takes up to 3 months to receive an extract from Geneva. So this is how you do it. I went to Patek.com. You click under Extract from the Archives, and it takes you to a beautiful site where you're able to put in your personal information, your credit card number, and then it takes you to a part where you're able to put the pictures and share the pictures of the watch. And this I want to focus on, because valuable time can be lost if you don't give Patek Philippe the correct images up front, because they will not issue an extract unless you do it correctly. Once again, very Swiss. When requesting the extract, you first need to send the pictures as discussed. And this document right here, taken directly from Patek.com, and there's a link below to this very important document so you can see it with your own eyes, takes you through the process of how to properly photograph the various angles in order to request an extract. Not only does it show you the various angles, it shows you the different types of watches and how to shoot the various angles for each individual piece. It takes you through a wristwatch with a solid back. It takes you through a wristwatch with a sapphire crystal display back, even skeleton watches, wristwatches with hinged case backs, open face pocket watches, hunter case pocket watches, even coin watches and table clocks. It takes you through the whole family of Patek Philippe timepieces. So as you can see in this diagram, it's quite clear how you order an extract and the 5 images that you need to send Patek Philippe in order to get the extract. First, you have a front view. Second, a close-up of the dial. Then you shoot the case back. Next, and here's where it gets tricky, you need to open the watch. And we're going to talk about this in more detail. If you're a watchmaker, then no problem. You're welcome to open your watch. If you have never opened a vintage watch in your life before, or a modern watch for that matter, don't take out your butter knife and have a go at it. You will destroy your watch and destroy the value along with it. I've sadly seen one too many pieces that was hurt by someone who just tried to hack a case back off. So if you don't know what you're doing, stop right now. Go to your local Patek Philippe retailer or your local watchmaker, and they're going to be able to open it for you. It'll be no problem. Because the fourth image Patek Philippe needs is a picture of the movement, and then a close-up of the movement number. This is essentially the serial number of your watch. It's individual to your watch, and it is very key to get a nice, detailed, high-res image of the movement and the movement number. Last but not least, you need to have a picture of the inside of the case back. This is the case number of the watch, and you'll see the Patek Philippe signature and all of the hallmarks. This is very important to get a clear image in order to tell the whole story of this watch. So once you click through the website and enter these images, they'll go straight to Geneva once your credit card is processed. And then the fun part begins, the waiting game. You'll end up waiting upwards to 2 to 3 months. I've waited now over 3 months for some archives. But then a FedEx will arrive at your home or office, and you'll tear it open and see the secrets that are hidden in Geneva about your watch. Now, let's take a quick look at how a pocket watch extract can be ordered. I have a nice Hunter case chronograph here we can use as an example. Patek Philippe outlines within the schematic for Hunter case or half Hunter case watches very specific guidelines of how to request the extract in terms of the imagery. First, you have a side image with the crown to the right. Next, you have the watch open so you could have a dial view. Next, you have a case back version, preferably with the crown to the left. Then you have a movement shot where you can see very clearly the movement number, which is key to this whole operation. Next, you'd like to see the cuvette or dust cover. Interestingly, Patek Philippe describes as the dome in this description. And last is an inside image of the case back where you could see the actual case number and the Patek Philippe signature. Once you have all of these images taken, you simply enter them into the website and wait patiently for your extract to arrive. Now, fast forward a few months into the future, your extract arrives, you look at the document for the first time, and what does it tell you? Number one, you're going to see the type of watch. If it's a pocket watch, it's going to say pocket watch. If it's Hunter case, it'll say Hunter case. Wristwatch, it'll say a wristwatch. Next, it's going to show you the movement number, which you already know. And then it's going to reveal the caliber. The caliber is the description of the engine of the watch. It's going to describe to you if it's a pocket watch, for example, a 17 lean movement. If it's a reference 3940, it's going to tell you it's a caliber 240Q. So this isn't often shared in other places, but it's very clearly in front of you with the extract from the archives. Next, we have the case number, which you already know. And then another part that's very key to understanding your watch, the type of dial. Extracts can unlock some interesting information regarding what dial your watch was born with, especially extracts ordered a couple years ago, back into the earlier years, can share the dial description in great detail. The type of numerals, the dial color, some interesting features it might have, like if it's a guilloche dial. This is very useful information. However, more recently, most extracts just say the reference number. For example, if it says, if you have a 1518, it'll just say type 1518 as the dial description. So today it's not as helpful as it was in the past, but it's still some wonderful information to have. And we'll take all the information we can get from Patek Philippe. The last two important bits of information that you'll receive on your extract are the date of manufacture, and then finally, the date of original sale. It's important to note that the date of original sale is typically the sale date to the distributor or to the retailer from Patek Philippe Geneva. It doesn't often share the date of sale to an end consumer, but that's an important note to remember. The extracts service of Patek Philippe is in charge of keeping track of watches reported as stolen. And this is a very important sidebar to remember. If you are unfortunate enough to have a watch that was lost or stolen, you need to send a police report to Patek Philippe Geneva. They keep records of the movement and case number. If that watch is ever discovered, and it could be tomorrow, it could be years from now, at least you have hopes of recovering it, and Patek Philippe provides this service. I was surprised to see they describe it on their website that the extract service is in charge of keeping track of stolen watches. And I think this is something for the greater collecting community to remember and to send those numbers over to Geneva if something horrible happens to your watch. Thank you, Patek Philippe, for continuing the tradition of issuing these archives since 1989. It is precious to the collecting community, and we frankly need it in order to understand and learn more about our Patek Philippe watches. And thank you, our viewer. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to Collectability on YouTube and Instagram. And please remember to enjoy the hunt.